Coming up in today's news, The Jungle Cruise is a massive success for Disney Plus Premier Access. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's Monday, it's time to jump into some of today's big Disney Plus news. Let's kick things off with The Jungle Cruise, which was released on Disney Plus Premier Access and in cinemas last Friday. And Disney has already announced the financial results from the first weekend, which is only just started to do it. Only did it for the first time with Black Widow. Hopefully they start doing this a little bit more, especially if Disney Plus Premier Access continues, because I think a little bit of clarity definitely just helps with the whole situation. So according to the official press release, Disney pulled in over $90 million worldwide over the first 3 days for Disney Plus Premier Access and also in cinemas. So it breaks down at $34.2 million for the US cinemas. Then internationally, it pulled in $27.6 million globally, not including the US. And then on Disney Plus Premier Access, they pulled in $30 million. So therefore, Disney Plus Premier Access pulled in more money than the whole of the rest of the world outside of the US. Apparently, a lot more people in the US purchased Disney Plus Premier Access version than around the world. There seems to be some dispute over whether or not people like buying stuff through the app internationally. They seem to manage to do it okay with Black Widow, but it's something that's going to continue to build. I think this is just a big push forward on Disney Plus Premier Access, showing that they really can't afford to leave this money on the table. I mean, that's essentially a third of the box office for the weekend, and that'll just continue to rise in the coming weeks, especially as generally the cinema box office will continue to drop off, though I would also expect people will be less likely to pick up Premier Access as it goes on. But this really is showing the kind of the power of Premier Access, and Disney are going to be very hard pressed not to look at this, because this was a really big number. $90 million obviously compared to Black Widow seems a lot less because it's about half of it, but if you actually compare it to The Rock's other movies, including Jumanji and also Rampage, it was around that same number, and that was outside of the pandemic. So The Rock apparently is chuffed with the bits with this. So apparently Dwayne Johnson is completely chuffed with the news, and apparently this week there's going to be discussions about a sequel. I think it's going to be happening because it just feels like it was set up to be a franchise, especially with the connection to the theme park. And it's just been a big success, and that's already coming in. The movie did cost a lot of money to make, about $200 million, but remember, they don't just make the money back from the first weekend. It's kind of a long tail thing. You know, they've still got other ways of selling it, other ways of making money on it, and obviously a big hit when it arrives on Disney Plus for all subscribers in November. And there's also been a lot of talk this past week about Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt maybe putting in a lawsuit against Disney, following on from Scarlett Johansson last week's, where she put in a lawsuit saying that there was a breach of contract and she's not getting the money that she deserves. Apparently Dwayne Johnson has been reported in The Hollywood Reporter that he's not interested in this, that he's very happy with Disney Plus Premier Access. He wants people around the world to be able to see it. He wants people to be safe and watch it. And just generally as well, he has got a production company that makes stuff for Disney, including Behind the Attraction. So there's going to be more episodes of that coming up. On August the 25th, we'll be getting the other 5 episodes that just got announced yesterday. But yeah, so big day for Jungle Cruise. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fantastic movie, and it looks like a lot of other people have seen it, and hopefully the word of mouth will continue to get people to buy it on Disney Plus Premier Access or go cinema to see it. And ultimately it is your choice what you want to do. But there we go. So that was The Jungle Cruise, a big hit for Disney Plus Premier Access. In some other Disney Plus news, if you're in the United Kingdom and you're a Tesco Clubcard holder, you can now claim 3 months worth of Disney Plus when you claim £8 of your vouchers. You go to the check-in area and you can get the vouchers and stuff. So if you're a Tesco customer, you definitely want to check that one out. Moving on from there, we also got a brand new trailer for Short Circuit Season 2, which will be coming to Disney Plus this coming Wednesday. There'll be 5 shorts, including Dinosaur Barbarian, Going Home. I did put up an interview today with a couple of the directors. There'll be some more interviews going up this week with other directors as well. They're great shorts. I've put the review up already. I really enjoyed these. They're about 90 seconds a piece. But Going Home, that one did actually make me cry. So this trailer, great to see this first one out there, definitely check it out when this arrives on Wednesday. But yeah, just loving Short Circuit, loving the whole programs that they do with these shorts, you know, with Spark Shorts, Launchpad and Short Circuit. I think it's so important to the kind of everything going on. There's so many different levels that this is great for. But that trailer drop. Speaking of trailers, we've got a couple of other ones today. We've got a new one for Free Guy, which is a new 20th century movie starring Ryan Reynolds, which will be coming out in cinemas only on Friday, the 13th of August. This new trailer kind of introduced a new villain played by Ryan Reynolds called Dude. Really kind of full on beefcake, just a lot of fun. I really can't wait to see this movie. Yeah, it's a shame it's not on Disney Plus Premier Access because I would have preferred to watch it there. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit extra to go see it. But yeah, this one just looks great, and yeah, that will obviously be arriving on Disney Plus internationally later in the year, but in the US it'll probably have to go through HBO and all the rest of it. Also, some other movies that kind of might be on Disney Plus at some point, but maybe not. Sony released a new trailer for Venom, Let There Be Carnage, which is coming to cinemas this coming fall. The trailer looks great, really gritty. Love seeing Woody Harrelson as Cletus. It just looks so crazy. I love him in the comic books, and this one just kind of continues on with that one. It's important to note that Disney did sign a deal with Sony earlier this year, but that will bring Marvel's Spider-Man movies and other movies from Sony onto Disney Plus and also Hulu, and they can also use it on their network TVs at some point in the future. They've also got a pay 2 window deal for all of their movies going forward from next year. So there's a lot of stuff going on with the Sony stuff. So while it's not fully interconnected, there is kind of, it might end up on Disney Plus in the US at least. But yeah, I'm really liking the look of that one. But let me know what you thought of the new Venom trailer in the comments below. In some other UK news, it has been confirmed that the D'Amelio Show, which is a brand new series about the TikTok family, will be arriving on Disney Plus on the 3rd of September. We'll be getting all 8 episodes. It'll also be arriving on Hulu in the United States and Disney Plus in Canada, and I suspect it will just go on all of the Disney Plus around the world as a Star original. Interesting to see them dropping all 8 episodes at once, so it makes a lot of sense with the younger audience that they're aiming at. But yeah, I've never heard of it either, but then that's just me being a little bit older. But nevertheless, if you're interested in the show, let me know in the comments below. And finally, to finish up on some bad news, if you're in the United States, 2 titles have been removed. We lost Fantastic Four and also Gulliver's Travel, both of which are 20th Century Studios movies. That's because of the pre-existing contracts, so they'll be coming back at some point in the future. But as per usual, this is just something that just keeps happening at the beginning of every month. We lose a title or two. They're still available in other countries. It's just the US due to those existing streaming contracts. Gulliver's Travels is heading over to Hulu, and also for some reason Fantastic Four headed over to Peacock. So who knows what's going on with all of this, but let me know in the comments below if you're going to be missing any of those movies. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I shall see you guys in another video. Laters. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow and subscribe. Also a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships, and I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.